Warning. This video blog or vlog may contain harsh language and opinions that are not necessarily in line with YouTube or its partners or affiliates. YouTube does not openly endorse the content of this vlog. All opinions are expressly those of Ranting Ramsay and do not reflect on the opinions or values of YouTube, its affiliates, or its parent or partner companies.
Greetings, Internet people. RantingRamsay here. How are you all doing today? Sorry it's been a few days since I recorded a video, but I have to be honest, to be completely and totally blatantly egotistical, I was so pleased with the results of my last video that I just had to let it sit for a little while because I liked it a lot. And apparently a lot of other people did too. And, so I honestly, I'm gonna be upfront and honest with you. I'm actually gonna make that a recurring thing at some point. As you obviously noticed at the beginning of this video, I left the original warning notice up because I like it a lot, and so that is actually going to be there permanently for now. And then eventually, at some point in time, the announcer will come back to haunt me. I've already decided that, so we're going to have fun with that in the future, and that's all I'm going to say. But on to the subject that many of you are probably watching this video for, because judging by the popularity of the last video I made on this subject, it's probably why a lot of you are here. So, metal fucking music. That is the shit. If you know anything about me, you know that I fucking love metal. Honestly, it's the one musical genre that appeals most to me. But you know what I love most about metal? Is that it is, in my opinion, one of the broadest genres of music. The term metal just doesn't really do justice to how much different music there is out there that falls into the category of metal. And so there are two conversations that I've had with two different individuals. One of them is someone who I actually met in the Archfiend's live chat. He wasn't broadcasting, we were just in the chat room on his webpage. We were hanging out. And I want to say his name was Astro Ostra, I think. It's linked down there. I don't know what his YouTube name is because he didn't tell me. But, and we were talking about metal music, and the conversation that he and I had was basically, I can't remember how we got on it, but I asked him, I was like, well, have you heard about Djent metal? It's this new-ish genre of subgenre of metal that I think, honestly, in my opinion, is kind of the next wave of metal. The next, at least the underground seems to be starting to swamp with Djent metal. And he basically said to me that no, he wasn't familiar with that, and I was like, well, basically, if you want to look at it this way, the heavy metal band Meshuggah is the band that pretty much pioneered, at least when it comes to making it into the metal mainstream. If there is a metal mainstream, Meshuggah pretty much brought that into the limelight with their CD Chaosphere. And that's like the forefather of Djent metal right there. But the newer bands that are coming out with this stuff, just, in my opinion, and I love Meshuggah, don't get me wrong, so please don't hold the next statement I'm going to make against me, but I think these newer bands that are coming out just blow Meshuggah out of the water when it comes to technicality and musicality and listenability. And there's like three bands I say want to name drop, maybe, for lack of a better term, is that these guys are really just now getting started. They've dropped their first CDs out there, and that would be Periphery. They're fucking just unbelievably badass. You need to go check them out. There's bunches of stuff by Periphery here on YouTube. Tesseract is another just in-your-face metal band that's just absolutely unbelievable. And there's a third one that I really, really like out there. Their name starts with a V, but I can't figure out how to pronounce it for the life of me, and I'm not going to try because maybe some fan of them is going to watch this video and then just totally want to rip my scrotum off for butchering the name of the band that they love. So that's the third band that I'm going to list in the little Djent metal section in the description. And so, I mean, I linked the guy in the Archfiends chat to some of those songs, and they just blew him away. Like, wow, that's really good stuff. I really like this. That's awesome. I'm going to start listening to that. I'm like, good. And then, yeah, I just made the off-the-cuff comment, hey, man, if you ever want to get exposed to some shit that's out there, just let me know, because I like all kinds of different stuff in the metal world, but I like the stuff that I really seem to like is stuff that a lot of most metal fans haven't really even dabbled in that much. And then I was like, I said, hey, man, have you ever heard of Pissing Razors? And he was like, what, did you say Pissing Razors? And I said, yes, I did. Check out the song Dodging Bullets, the first track off their first CD. If you like that, you'll love everything they did after it. And I mean that by chronologically on the CD and further CDs in their chronology. And then I even dropped a little trivial fact on them. Like, if you listen to every song off their self-entitled first CD, you'll notice that there's not one single guitar lead anywhere on it. They didn't need them. They fucking rocked that hard. And I said, to me, the band Pissing Razors is in the sub-genre that I myself have labeled as pure metal, because I can't really think of what other sub-genre they would fit into. And the other band, the first band that comes to mind when it comes to something like that is Testament. They're another band like that, in my opinion, where they're just straight up pure fucking metal. Can't really describe it as anything else. Pure fucking metal. I mean, maybe the PFM metal. Pure fucking metal. Maybe that's a new subgenre. I don't know. But, and then the other conversation I've had recently with someone about music that made me want to sit down and record this video is actually, he's the, in this video I'll call him the guy that provided the announcer for the voice in my video entitled Warning. Or, wow, I'm really tired. Scratch that, reverse it. The guy who provided the voice for the announcer in my video entitled Warning. I'm very tired. I'm going to have to wrap this up quickly because I'm starting to see 3 cameras in front of me instead of just one. Anyway, I know I'm not that popular. Or in 3 cameras. So maybe someday I'll have 3. Anyway, I'm sidetracking. The guy who provided the announcer voice in my last video and I had a conversation where he pretty much said that he thinks that Djent metal is, the wave of the future of metal, and from the things that he's shown me, every band that I listed, he introduced me to recently. So I can't claim to have been down on the ground floor, say for owning every single Meshuggah CD that they've put out, and I bought Chaosphere on the day that it came out, so I had to go and find their earlier stuff, but as soon as I heard Chaosphere, I picked it up as quickly as possible. Anyway, and that I cannot deny what he's saying, because there's an element to what these kids are doing that is just almost beyond me as a seasoned trained musician, not necessarily professional in the sense that I get paid to do, but I've been involved with music ever since I was about 7 years old, so I understand how music works, and I understand how good music is written and what makes bad music bad. And honestly, no, when it comes to the technicality of it, bad and good is not a matter of opinion. There is out there poorly written music that goes against every single fucking law of music theory. Anyway, once again, I'm digressing. I do that a lot. But, yeah, so if you really like metal and you haven't heard of Djent metal, and that's D-J-E-N-T, another, awkward, side point, a bit of trivia for you, is the reason they call Djent metal is because when you try to make guitar sounds with your mouth, the most accurate way to replicate the sound of a heavy, palm-muted guitar is Djent, jigga jigga djent, 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 djent. And when you detune an 8-string guitar to a low register like C, or maybe even B, and then play it in a mathematic polyrhythm, the sound you get is Djent, jigga djent, wing, Djent, jigga djent, 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 which is how the genre got its name. It's pretty fucking amazing, isn't it? And metal is evolving. Metal is progressive. Metal is just on every end of the musical spectrum. So, and there's metal out there for everyone, which is why the video is entitled "Metal for Everyone." Obviously, because there's some sort of metal music, even radio metal. People don't even want, like, hardcore metal fans will not acknowledge radio metal bands as being metal, but there are a decent number of, like, Seether. Yes, I said Seether. They are a radio metal band. They do some softer songs, but a decent number of their songs are very metal by the classic definitions of metal. And so, you know, there it is. That's radio metal. And so there's metal out there for fucking everyone. And so if you're hating on metal because you're just some little whiny bitch or something, I don't know. You need to give metal a chance, because metal just reaches the whole spectrum. There's metal for everyone, and everyone needs some metal in their life. I'm RantingRamsay. That's my rant. That is all. Metal, motherfuckers.
Hey, did you get all that, man?
Douche.